A new giant is waking up in the global economy. For many years, the world's economic story was all about China's super-fast rise. But as one story reaches its peak, another is just beginning with amazing power. Today, that story is India. Quietly at first, and then with more and more speed, the country has become an unexpected winner in a world dealing with lots of problems and slower growth. Its journey isn't just about catching up, it's about making a new path that could totally change how the world's economy works. The world is starting to pay close attention to this new chapter unfolding, a chapter being written in the busy streets of Mumbai, the tech parks of Bangalore, and the new factories popping up all over the country. The headlines aren't just talking about what could happen anymore. They're talking about what is happening. India is consistently showing growth numbers that many bigger economies would love to have. The numbers behind India's economic rise are clear and strong. They show a picture of steady growth. It's hard to ignore. While many countries are struggling to stay stable, India has kept its GDP growing in an amazing and steady way. Experts and groups predict the growth rate will be 6.5% to 7% for the years 2025-2026. This isn't just a random number, it's a deep-rooted trend. This performance makes India one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. Some economists think that about $1 trillion will be added to the GDP every 12 to 18 months. This speed is huge. It means adding the size of a developed country's economy each year. It's moving up the global ranks faster and faster. If this keeps up, India is set to pass Japan and Germany and become the third largest economy within the next 10 years. The sheer speed of growth brings in money, technology, and smart people. The world is now betting on India to drive global growth. One of the most powerful forces driving the Indian economy is its people. The country has a remarkable demographic profile that sets it apart from almost all other major economies. India is incredibly young. A significant portion of its population, hundreds of millions of people, are under the age of 30. This young population provides a vast and energetic workforce, a sharp contrast to the aging populations in Europe, Japan, and even China. This demographic dividend means a continuous supply of labor for factories, offices, and new businesses. It also means more people are entering their prime earning years, ready to contribute and benefit from economic growth. This young population isn't just a source of labor, it's also a huge engine of consumption. They're buying smartphones, clothes, vehicles. They're looking for new experiences, travel, and entertainment. Private consumption makes up a staggering share of the country's GDP, often around 70%. This massive domestic market acts as a powerful and reliable engine of growth, making the economy less dependent on the ups and downs of foreign demand for its exports. It's a positive cycle. A young population earns and spends, which drives business growth, which in turn creates more jobs for the next wave of young workers. India's recent growth isn't just luck. It's a direct result of the government working hard to make the economy modern and more appealing for businesses. Over the last 10 years, the country has made many big changes to its rules to make things less complicated. They've also made the tax system simpler. Things like the goods and services tax have helped create a more connected national market, making it easier for companies to move and sell goods across different states. These changes sent a clear message to the world. India is serious. This commitment to change has brought a lot more investment, both from other countries and from within India. Money from foreign direct investment has been pouring into the country at a fast pace. At the same time, the government has started a huge project to build new things like highways, modern train lines, bigger ports, and new airports. This lowers the costs of moving goods around. It also connects industrial areas better with places where goods are sold. All these changes and investments are creating a good environment for making things. The Make in India plan has encouraged both local and international companies to make more products in India. Because of this, India is becoming a bigger part of the world's manufacturing scene. Companies are moving parts of their production lines to India because it's cheaper and there are many skilled workers available, making it easier to invest, make products, and trade. The new infrastructure is a clear sign of this change. One of the most amazing parts of India's money makeover is its digital revolution. In just a few years, the country has become one of the most digitally connected places in the world. This happened because lots of affordable smartphones became available, and mobile data plans became some of the cheapest on Earth. This huge adoption has put the power of the internet into the hands of hundreds of millions of Indians, even those in small towns and faraway places. Digital infrastructure has become the backbone of a new economy, allowing for new ideas and growth in ways we couldn't even imagine before. You can see the impact everywhere. Digital payment systems have become super popular, changing how business is done, from the biggest grocery store to the smallest tea stand. Moving to an economy that uses less cash has brought millions into the official financial system. Fintech startups are booming, offering things like loans, insurance, and investments. Online shopping sites have exploded, giving customers access to tons of products and giving small businesses a market all across the country. For many years, India was known for providing IT services and business processes to other countries. Now, the country is moving up, creating complicated software, giving high-level advice, and making new tech products. This change is super important. It's creating better-paying jobs and making India more competitive globally. This digital leap makes India's growth special. It uses technology to skip steps in development, helping with education, healthcare, and how the government works. A young, tech-savvy population, along with a government that pushes for digital tools, has created a perfect environment for technology to grow. This energy isn't just an extra thing. It's a driving force that's changing how Indians live, work, and connect with the world. A key part of India's economic strength is the huge power of its own market right at home. While many countries rely a lot on selling things to other nations, India's growth mostly comes from within. Its huge population, plus people earning more money all the time, makes a big and steady group of buyers. This demand from within acts like a strong shield, protecting the economy from ups and downs in global trade and big world events. When international markets are in trouble or less is being bought from other countries, Indian businesses can count on people at home buying things to keep the economy going strong. People buying things for themselves makes up a really big part of India's total economic output, often around 70%. This means everyday purchases like groceries, clothes, cars, houses, and home appliances. The steady growth of a new and ambitious middle class makes sure this demand stays strong, creating a good cycle of buying and making things. More people moving to cities, more people learning to read, and easier access to loans for buying things. All of this makes the economy stronger. It's a steady and dependable way for the economy to grow. Even though the story of India's economic boom is exciting, the path to 2030 isn't without some big challenges. The country faces serious problems that need to be fixed to make sure growth is steady and helps everyone. One of the most urgent issues is the lack of good infrastructure. Many parts of the country still don't have proper roads, reliable electricity, or clean water. The fast growth of cities leads to traffic jams, not enough housing, and a lot of pollution. Another big worry is inequality. The benefits of growth haven't been shared fairly. Many farming communities are struggling with poverty, poor education, and not enough healthcare. Creating enough good jobs for young people is super important, or else there's a risk of social unrest and instability. Inflation, like rising food and fuel prices, can make your money worth less and force the central bank to raise interest rates, improving how things are run and cutting down on too much paperwork, making institutions stronger and more open. External risks include energy prices, trade policies, global politics, climate, and unpredictable monsoons. India's journey is a delicate balancing act. The nation has to walk a tightrope, chasing fast economic growth while making sure this growth is steady, lasting, and fair. The sheer speed of expansion can strain resources, make environmental problems worse, and increase social gaps. The government's job is to guide the energy of the boom toward lasting progress, avoiding overheating and instability. It needs to focus on quality, not just how much is produced. As India builds factories, roads, and cities, its footprint will get bigger. The challenge is a green growth plan that separates expansion from environmental harm. This means putting money into renewable energy, like solar and wind, making energy use more efficient, and setting up stricter rules to control pollution. Managing the workforce. The population bonus only works if young people are educated, skilled, and employed. Focus on job training, technical skills, and learning throughout life. Invest in people as much as in buildings and roads. Make laws stronger, protect democratic groups, and make sure the government is open and honest. Success isn't just about how much money the country makes, but about everyone's well-being. As we look towards 2030, India is at a historic crossroads, full of huge promise and big dangers. The country has a chance to become an even bigger global power, pushed by its young people, a huge local market, big changes, and a digital revolution. If it keeps up the good work, it will become the third largest economy in the world and a key player in global growth. Some areas you just can't ignore are city housing, roads and buildings, everyday goods, the digital economy, like online money, shopping and software, and clean energy, electric cars, and green tech. The real challenge isn't just to keep growing fast, but to make sure everyone benefits, and it's good for the long run. Can India build good cities for people to live in? Can it give everyone good education and healthcare? Can it protect the environment while it quickly builds up its industries? The next few years will be very important. Good changes, investing in people and buildings, and growth that is fair for everyone. The growth is real, and the potential is clear. Subscribe and watch the next video on how to invest globally by writing India's future.